learning how to go back out into the community and find a job.
Jobs, he's on the right track, because we in America all deserve a chance as hard-working adults to be self-sustaining through our own contributions, no handouts. Those in the blind community are no different, just like the sighted. They want the opportunity to work, pay rent, buy a house, buy things. Yet 80% of the blind who are eligible to work are unemployed. 80%. This would be an unacceptable number in any other community. Yet why is that number so large in the blind community? I asked 3 politicians about their reaction to this number. When told about the unemployment rate in the blind community, Congressman Filner sincerely told us that he would have to research the issue before commenting on it, and we respect his caution. Congressman Brian Bilbray and Duncan Hunter did have this to say.
Look, there's a whole lot of different things that people talk about in Congress, but where you're going to really see the results is in the communities themselves. When you see the states approach this, when you see the county approach this, as somebody who has been involved in local government, I have a lot more faith that people like the county supervisors will be able to address an issue like this much quicker, much more appropriately than Congress sitting around talking about it for the next 20 years.
I think that employment of folks who are disabled and specifically blind is an area that can be focused on by all levels of government. So what we've done in the Department of Defense is to carve out a couple of preferences in contracting for folks who are blind.
According to the numbers that I've researched, 80% unemployment among the in the blind community. What do you think about that?
When you take 80%, there was any other subgroup in our society that had that kind of unemployment, there'd be outrage. And I think the problem is it's just so much easier to look the other way when you talk about different parts of our communities that haven't been so politically connected. And this is a good example where we really need to start focusing on it, not just for the individual, for all of us.
When you went blind, what was the biggest adjustment?
Oh, well, not working, of course.
Let's face it, from time to time, this world can try to beat you down. The blind seem to know this all too well. Many blind that I spoke to just wanted a chance to prove their worth. Yet, according to the numbers, employers are hesitant to make room for them in their businesses. Now, in all fairness, maybe they just don't know that if possible, there's an amazing upside to hiring a blind person.
We are very grateful for the opportunity that we receive, and we strive to make the most of our opportunity, whereas some other people might not necessarily have such a challenge to go out and get a job, so they might not necessarily take it quite so seriously.
So they just say, well, we just found somebody more qualified, and nobody can challenge on that. But yet here we sit on welfare. I've been unemployed for almost 20 years. Can you imagine another group, blacks, Latinas, or whatever, if they had a 70% unemployment rate? You would be hearing the shouting and screaming, to the end of the galaxy probably, and it's not right. It damages us. We want to work. We're human beings like everybody else. We have the same needs, the same dreams, the same feelings, everything that everybody else. The only difference with us, our eyes don't work.
Hopefully this story has shed a little light on a very seldom looked at community. Unfortunately, it would take a 2-hour documentary just to scratch the surface. Yet hopefully this has shown that with the right tools and education as well as self-motivation and perhaps a little luck, a blind person can do most of the things that a sighted person can.
What's the matter, Sandy? What's the matter? Huh?
I think she wants coffee.
Yeah, she just wants some attention, that's what it is.
Hey, are these the cups that Grandpa made?
It sure is.
I thought so.
Handmade. It'll be interesting how this turns around.
Lisa Maria recently received an award in Oceanside from her hometown's mayor. Her family was there to share in the honor, including, of course, that ex-Marine, now a little gray, a father's job hopefully done. A can-do little girl, now able to stand on her own. And it's in that spirit that Lisa Maria is training for another world championship.
Right.
Hopefully, with much hard work and support, she'll get there. The most important thing is she's going to give it a try. Having spent time with this young lady, I'd have to say Lisa Marie is not your typical person, period. She's shown me and others that there's no shame in facing a challenge head-on and possibly failing. No one's perfect. Everyone fails from time to time. It's quitting that's unacceptable. Lisa Maria and most of those I spoke to in the blind community are certainly anything but quitters.